Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, my face isn't done because we're going to be doing an eyeshadow tutorial, eyeshadow look and review on the new Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love the Huda Beauty original Rose Gold palette. I was one of those people who had no problem with it blending. I didn't mind that I didn't have a mirror. I didn't mind that you had to use your fingers to apply the texture shadows. I love Angelic is like my favorite shade. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I love this palette. I have never had a complaint with it. But when I saw she was coming out with the remastered, at first I was just like, I'm not going to buy that because I didn't feel I needed it. But I thought the concept was great. So this is the difference between the two, as we all already know. And this one has a huge mirror on the top. I never had a problem with the original not having a mirror. I never really, it never really mattered to me. So I'm gonna do a quick comparison. So these are no longer like textured shadows at the top. They're like regular eyeshadows, but from the other, review I saw, these are still best used with your finger. I didn't notice the bottom row looks to be the same, but she says she did change the formula up a little bit, even in the matte. It's supposed to be more pigmented and more blendable. I have my nails are extra long with this set, so I have a hard time opening things. But this is the original. So from the bottom row, it does look to me that these shades look slightly different, but then I can't really tell because I've used this baby. This has gotten a lot of love, so I can't really tell. Risque is a new shade. There is like a purple one in this shade, in this palette called Bossy. Risque is kind of like that, but with a brighter purple undertone. Dollface is the pink in this palette, and this one has a pink called Flamingo, but this pink is a lot brighter. Demure, it's a lot more nude compared to Shy. Shy has a bit more of a pink undertone. Bay was completely taken out. Moon Dust looks a lot different. Bubbly is a new shade. Pink Diamond is a new shade. Rose Gold was switched up a little bit. So there are enough differences in this palette for me that I thought it was worth me picking up. And like I said, because I love this palette so much. Yeah, the bottom row is kind of the same. The textured shadows up here are kind of the same, just different formula. I don't really mind. Because I'm not gonna lie, when my nails are this long, sometimes it is hard for me to use that palette, but I still kind of make it work. That's just me, because I really love that palette. So my eyes are already primed. I'm gonna give you guys a quick eye look with this palette. Really quickly. So let me grab my brush. So I'm first gonna take the shade Demure right here, which is like that nude matte shade. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used my rose gold palette in a little bit, but I love that palette. I haven't used it in the past like maybe month or so, but I have used it previous to that. The only Huda Beauty palette that I don't really use is my Desert Dust. I haven't really used it much lately, but I do want to get into using it. I love the Huda Beauty eyeshadows. I have all of the Obsessions except one. I don't have the Gemstone. I just picked up the Coral Obsessions. And I am going to do an eye look with that this week. So it'll be up after this video in a couple days. And do not mind my face, please, because it is breaking out so bad. So this shade is dry. That's the best way I could put it. This is my first time ever using this palette. I did get it in the mail like 2 days ago. I ordered it online from Sephora because it said that it's not gonna be installed until July. I didn't want to wait that long. So yeah, but this shade is a little bit dry if you ask me. It is blending out nicely. is just a little dry on the skin. Now, I don't know if that's because of the base that I used or what. I just used my Urban Decay primer potion. And I had it sitting on the eye for a little bit, so maybe that's why. Now with that same brush, I'm going to go a little bit into Doll Face, which is like this really nice pink right here. I'm going to blend that into the crease as well. And with this palette, I'm noticing a lot more kick up in the pan. Like, I'm going to show you guys. So Doll Face, that's how it looks. Like the kick up. And that's just me lightly tapping it. I don't even know if you guys can even see that. But the original, I didn't get that. But this pink is super pigmented and a lot less dry than the first shade I used. Yeah, a lot more kick up with this palette. Like a lot more. Nothing too crazy, but compared to the rose gold, it's a lot more kick up. Just gonna blend out this pink. And it's a really pretty blue based pink. So I'm gonna take a different brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Risque, which is like the nice pinky purple right here. I'm gonna go into that shade and blend that directly into my crease just to warm it up a little bit. And this shade is like crazy pigmented. I did not expect that. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of black truffle and I'm just gonna like take like a smidge and just deepen up the outer V just a little bit, like. And then for my lid, I'm going to go into the shade Pink Diamond, which is right here. And I'm gonna go in with the dry. This is my Sigma E60. I love this for shimmer shades. I'm gonna go in with the dry, nothing else, and to see how that looks. So I'm just gonna dip into Pink Diamond. And see if any comes up on the brush. Only a little bit. Damn, this shade is pretty. Oh my goodness. And it's so creamy. So creamy. Like literally, it's like the way it's spreading in the pan is like a cream. Wow. Now this opacity for me is just fine. But of course, if you want to amplify it, take a little bit on your finger and just pump it up a little bit. This shade is stunning, like absolutely stunning, and literally it's so creamy. Ooh, it's kind of like crumbling in the pan. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but I'm gonna try to show you guys. Like, I'm gonna try to show you guys like how it's kind of like crumbling. See that? See that? It's kind of like crumbling. Yeah. The shade is absolutely stunning. Like absolutely stunning. I'm just going back in with a little bit of Risque, and I'm just gonna blend that over the top. That shade is absolutely stunning. It's literally like pink diamonds. Like, the reflex is so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead off camera really quickly and do the rest of my face. If you have any questions about what I put on my face when I come back, just go ahead and leave it in the comments. I just want this video to be too long. So I'm going to go ahead, finish off my makeup, and we'll come back and do the lower lash line, and I'll give you guys some comparison swatches and my final thoughts. Alright guys, hello. So I am back. My makeup is done, and my face looks a little caked up. Please don't mind it. I had a whole concealer meltdown in here, so under here I'm a little caked up. I try my best to fix it. So we're going to dip back into the palette, and I'm gonna dip back into Risque. And I'm just gonna use a blending brush. And I'm gonna dip into Risque and blend that along the lower lash line. I'm gonna dip into Black Truffle just a little bit. Just a smidge, and put it as close to my lower lash line as possible. For my inner corner, I'm gonna take the shade Bubbly right here, and Bubbly looks to be like a really nice like muted champagne. And I'm not using a hair. I'm not using this brush isn't damp or anything. Wow, that is like gorgeous. I love them. So really quickly, we're gonna get into some comparison swatches. So I'm gonna swatch one of the top row shades compares to the same shade in the original, and I'm gonna swatch a few others. So I'm gonna first swatch Fling. That's Fling from the Rose Gold Remastered. And I'm gonna swatch Dollface from the Rose Gold Remastered, and we're gonna do Man Eater, because this shade looks to be a lot more pigmented in this palette. And then we're gonna do Moon Dust. That is gorgeous. So these are the few shades that I swatched from the Rose Gold Remastered palette. And now we're gonna compare those same exact shades to the original Rose Gold. So I'm gonna take Fling from the Rose Gold Remastered. From the original Rose Gold, I'm gonna take the shade Fling. This is the Rose Gold Remastered, and I'm just gonna swatch it. And remember, these are one of those textured eyeshadows, so as you can see, the one from the original Rose Gold is a little bit brighter, but brighter than the one from the Rose Gold Remastered. And then that's Doll Face. And we're going to swatch that to Flamingo. I'm just gonna, I can't see. That's Flamingo. And again, it's a little bit brighter than Doll Face, but I noticed that offhand. And then we did Maneater. So I'm gonna swatch Maneater from the original Rose Gold. Just gonna, I can't see. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. A lot brighter. And then we're gonna do Moon Dust, which is right here in the original Rose Gold. And then out of these two, I like the one from the Remastered more, but the one from the Remastered one came up a little chunky. So as you can see, there are even the shades that have the same names to them, there are some slight changes, but she did already mention that she should switch up the formula a little bit. I did get a little bit more kick up with this palette, and both palettes to me are pigmented, just the undertones may have shifted a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lip color, and then we're gonna get into my full final thoughts if I think this palette is worth it or not. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and get into my final thoughts if I feel like you should pick up this palette or not. I think it's still a good buy. There are, like I said, there are enough differences. Right, so scratch the fact that it has a mirror, okay? Yes, it has a mirror. That can go east or west for you. It doesn't, it can matter or not matter. I think what everyone really wants to know, and what I wanted to know when I first saw Tremble post about this, is the shade. I was a little taken back by when I saw she was like redoing the Rose Gold palette. I'm like, why would you redo a good thing? But then I had to remember, like, there were a lot of people who didn't like the Touch of Shadow. There were a lot of people who didn't like the mattes. So I think she did it to also show that it, you know, it can work for everyone. So I was a little taken back. Pink Diamond is stunning. Stunning. Like on my lids, it gleams. The mattes in here I would have to play around with, but they come up a little bit drier, but they are pretty blendable. But I can't really say anything about the blendability because in the first one for me it blended out fine. As you can see, the tones are a little bit different, even in the shades that have the same names I just showed you, but there also are some different shades in here. Risque and Doll Face are completely different than the purple and the pink in the original palette. Yeah, the bottom row, the shades are pretty much the same, but you can tell that the formula has changed. Whether it has changed for the better or for the worse, that's up to your personal preference. To me, they seem a little bit more blendable than the other one, even though the other one I felt was still blendable. They do seem a little bit more blendable, and they seem a lot more pigmented. So that's what I have to say about this palette. If you did not get the original, then yeah, for sure. I think Huda Beauty eyeshadows are well worth the money that she charges for them. I think that this is worth the $65 price tag. So if you didn't get the original, definitely go ahead. I do recommend you guys go ahead and pick this one up. But if you have the original like I do I think you need this one? No. But there are enough differences for me that I feel like I can dip into this one day and that one the next and get totally different looks, or I can use them both in conjunction with one another. So overall, I'm not only happy with the eye look, but I'm happy with the way these shadows performed, and I see no issue with me having both. So that's pretty much my take on it. The basis of how I feel about it is because of the price. Even for me, when I first saw Tremble post about that palette, I was like, is she gonna drop the price a little bit? Because for people who already have the Rose Gold original and who may want to test this out, that seems a little unfair. But, like, not unfair, but that seems a little like, Huda, the least you can do, you know what I mean, is drop that price a little bit. But I also like I said, I see the differences, and to me it's kind of like having two different palettes but kind of in the same like family. I don't know, that's the way I see it. I like it. I am happy with my purchase. I did buy both palettes with my own money, as you all should already know by now. Again, if you have any questions about anything on my face, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'm happy. I am very happy, and I would say at least try it out. Even if you already have the original rose gold, at least try that one out. If you don't like it from Sephora, you can always return it. That's the way I see it. If you did not get the original rose gold, definitely go ahead and pick up the rose gold remastered. It's almost like having the same thing, just with a few extra different shades. And the shade she took out, like, I never really used anyway. Like, she took out Bay, never really used that. She switched up Moon Dust. Angelic is in the original rose gold and it's in the Desert Dust. So if you missed that shade, it's in both of those palettes. I will be doing a video on the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions. I'll probably get that video done this week. If my work schedule, I would try. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And I really want to know what you guys think. I really want to know what you guys think. So go ahead and leave me a comment in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and be a part of the BeautiiBees family. And I will see you all in the next one. Mwah.